Hi team, hope you're having a good day. So I wanted to hop on and chat with you today because very often when I'm working with a dog for the first time, one of the biggest questions that I'm asked, which makes sense, right, is what type of training are we going to do, or what training does my dog need? And to be honest with you, it really depends on the dog that I'm working with. But one key element that is consistently missed out is whether there's actually any major training that needs to take place. Now, when I mean training, I'm talking about asking our dogs to do something, right? So whether that's a sit, a down, a recall, even nose work, asking them to do a behavior. Because there's some dogs I work with, to be honest with you, who that's not what they need. What they actually need is being able to sit and process something. When I bring this up with people, sometimes there's a little bit of confusion, so I want to clear that up too. So by processing something, I mean that your dog, in an ideal world, should be able to sit somewhere, a field, outside a cafe, something like that, and just be able to watch the world go by, whether it's other dogs, whether it's people, cyclists, runners, families, whatever it is. Why that is so important is that a lot of the time our dogs have emotions, big emotions about lots of different things, positive or negative, right? Your dog might hate other dogs but love people, or vice versa. And the thing is, when we have such strong emotions all the time, when we have such big feelings, you can't out-train an emotion. So what we actually need to work on, what our dogs need to spend time doing, is just existing and processing and watching other dogs and people. And it's such a missed skill. So many dogs cannot just stand in a field and watch the world go by. And there's a whole host of reasons for that, right? Maybe it's something they've not been allowed to do. Maybe it's something they just struggle with. Being still for some dogs is really tricky. And maybe it's a fear thing, right? Or a fear of missing out as well. Maybe it's the case that if we stop and watch something bad will happen. There's some anxiety about what's going to occur. Maybe it's the case that your dog is so desperate to go and do and play and interact with the world that they just don't have that in their skill set. So it's really, really important that no matter what training you're doing, whether you're working really intensely on recall, whether you're working to get your dog pretty chilled around other dogs, whether you're working to do any type of dog sport, it's vital that your dog has the capability, and you spend time working on the capability of your dog just existing in one space for a period of time. How you can do that really, really simply is by playing a quick game called 30-30. I'll explain that more another time. But effectively, all you need to do is, for every 30 seconds of training that you do around something your dog finds interesting, like a dog, a squirrel, something like that, for the next 30 seconds you just chill and allow them to watch the world go by. You allow them to watch that dog, you allow them to watch that squirrel, you allow them to just watch the world fly by. And that's a really easy way of building it into your routine. If your dog doesn't have any additional needs and maybe you are just hanging out with them, that's all good. Spend time on your walks. If you walk for half an hour, spend 5 minutes of your time sat on a bench or just standing admiring the view. Build that into your routine, because sometimes all a dog needs is the ability to just breathe, watch, slow down, and see what happens, and understand that just because something is happening, we either don't need to be involved in it or it isn't quite as scary. So there you go. So if in doubt, allow your dog the opportunity to process. Team, thank you very, very much, and I will chat with you all again soon. Bye.